Let me start off by asking this. Do you think they could actually get rid of Warzone and make enough money on Blackout 2? YouTube. This guy's looking good in the lighting today. What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about the possibility of Blackout 2 coming out as well as Warzone dying. And they're both possible things. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend. I'd really appreciate it. Even become a YouTube member if you'd like to support me any further. Catch you next one. Peace. All right, guys, so call it a rumor, call it a leak, doesn't matter. Either way, there's a possibility that Warzone could be gone and Blackout 2 could be replacing it. The thing about this is there's still a huge Blackout community, and there's people that still play Blackout and that want Blackout over Warzone. So we have that base right there. And those are not multiplayer people. Those are Warzone people. Multiplayer people are like their own kind of like thing, you know, like they're not really going to play a BR, or nor do they really want to. Maybe, though, they will venture off into something like Blackout, but definitely not Warzone. It seems like many of them that are multiplayer people, they will not like branch out to that. If they do, it's typically Rebirth because you have respawns. Now, these could be good and bad things if this happens, because Warzone, they could just do random updates here and there, but not care about it too much. I don't know if that would actually make it filled more with hackers or not. And I think it is kind of funny that people think that it'll get rid of hackers with Black Ops, because there's so many people that cheat in Black Ops multiplayer ranked and just multiplayer in general already. And apparently they're either buying the game or finding a way to get it free, because there's a lot of them all the time. You see it all the time. The COD pros are always playing ranked, and they always say you can't get past Eerie. Like, you think if they ban them, like, that would be the end of it. But they're either getting the game for free or buying it or something. Usually, I think what they do is the hacker will buy the game, make an account on that, level it all the way up, and then sell the account. And that's what people don't care to buy, because they're going to get their hacks, they're going to have everything unlocked, and they're getting the game. So in their mind, it's like a steal. So really, like, having a pay-to-play game really doesn't matter that much, especially if you can get everything for multiplayer and Blackout unlocked and have hacks for all of it. Honestly, it could arguably be even worse. But I will say a bright side to this, though, is everyone's worried about the jetpacks, the wall running, stuff like that. I don't think it would be too overpowered, if anything. It's hard to do. Even something like the Omni movement with the dolphin dives and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to pull those moves off against like good players with SBMM either way, because like as you're diving and going for the shot, they're just going to hit their shots and yours are going to be harder to hit. Yes, it adds a skill gap if there's a higher health level. Now, that being said, they could add an armor system to Blackout, but they could also have both of them alive existing and test things out differently on both of them. And if you think about it, it would make sense for them to put Warzone on the back burner and do an update maybe every season, mid-season, and like that's it, no small updates, because like no events or anything like that too, and just make that all Blackout oriented, and then you can use the stuff in Blackout to Warzone too. That would actually make more people buy the game probably, especially if you have stuff like vehicle skins that transfer over, like the shoots, people like that, the smokes that come out. Anything like that can transfer over. People like that, you know. If you get a specific cool looking blueprint from Blackout that can transfer over to Warzone, people are gonna love that and eat that up. This could also give them a chance to bring back other POIs from Blackout. They could even test stuff out in Blackout for POIs and bring those to Warzone if they do really well, or vice versa. But typically it could be basically a test ground, because they're buying the game. They don't have to really like support Blackout next year when it's gone. So they could literally use that as like a little testing site for Warzone. The reason why I don't think they'll get rid of Warzone completely is because there's a huge community for that. But it would be smart for them to put it on the back burner, barely do any updates, and then cater more to Blackout. And then like a year, even like a year and a half out, then it's like, oh, Warzone's back, they're supporting it, there's a new map, you know, it just refreshes it a little bit, more of like a COD cycle that we need. I mean, that's basically what they did with Warzone 2. And they're like, oh, it's a whole new game, but like the same Warzone, blah, blah, blah. It's just like a nice way of saying, hey, we're going to make you pay for your skins again. Which I will say, if this is the end of Warzone, that is something that they would do and are known to do, is completely end the game and then have a whole new Warzone later. So it could go either way with that. It could be like a whole new, like, bringing up Warzone again after a year and a half, and, you know, it's like better, blah blah blah, stuff like that, new maps supported, da da da, after keeping it on the back burner for like a year and a half, and then catering to Blackout. Either way, if you think about it, Blackout is going to be very refreshing, assuming that it's coming, that is. But I think it'd be very refreshing, something fun, new to play. It's hard to get a Call of Duty addict off the freaking game. So if you can have another game or another like mode that's addicting for them to play, it's kind of a good way for in their brain to be like, oh, it's refreshing, and then they can go back to even like Warzone or something like that. Like, I played Splitgate 2 recently, and I was like, man, this is actually really fun. And it was like refreshing, because I'm like, dude, I still want to play COD, but I would like to play this too. And it just like keeps the game fresh and new for you going back and forth. Although I will say, after playing Splitgate 2, I realized how buggy Warzone is. It's so bad, dude. So those are my thoughts on it. I think they should run both. I think they would lose way too much money, and they also have a separate fan base for Warzone now. So there's people literally that play Warzone that never played Call of Duty in their life, and they don't like playing multiplayer. So there's a huge, huge community for that. They would be losing too much money if they got rid of it completely, so I don't think they're getting rid of it. Also, I also think we would hear a ton more leaks way before this. There's no way they can keep that, like, I don't know, a secret for this long. You know, usually these leaks come out before that. So, you know, it was told by a leaker, and he be leaking. I am curious to see what you guys think. Do you think they're going to keep both? Do you think they'll support both? Or, I mean, do you think it'll replace Warzone? My opinion is that it can't. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button. I got you next one. Peace.